Hi traders, this is Chris from Elite Currency with a new update on Bitcoin. Alright, so our last update was a while ago. In September we had our last video and I didn't add any new ones since then because price action is not really going anywhere. There's nothing I wanted to add compared to the last video I made, so I just waited for new information and a new kind of trend or breakout, which still hasn't occurred. Alright, but we're a month further, so I thought it's time for an update, and basically price is just sitting, moving sideways in between this support and resistance zone. These two trend lines here, the brown trend lines here indicating the resistance and support in the zone of that price action. So we're waiting for price to move above it or below it to make a breakout and show us direction. Now I think that the bearish breakout will just be a retracement still. Ultimately, if you look at the momentum that we had here in the past, it's very strong to the upside. This could all be part of a retracement. If you look at the moving averages, obviously it is aligned to the upside. So even if it does break to the downside, that could just be a retracement. So price might make a dip, but bounce back up again. What we really want to see for long-term uptrend confirmation is the HMA turn up or a break above the 21 EMA zone as well. All of those could indicate more upside. On a weekly chart, you can see that things are slowing down. We had some, volatile price action, of course, to the upside. Even the downside was quite strong, but now price is kind of slowing down. The swings are starting to become shorter. As you can see, each swing, in fact, seems to be shorter as we speak. Right? This one is shorter than the previous one, and this one is again shorter. This one is shorter. This one is shorter. This one is shorter. So it's really slowing down, and it's almost like grinding to a halt in a way, right? But eventually, I think it will spark and it will come back to life in a way, and I expect price to make that breakout either to the downside, hit the 144 EMA, maybe around that 5K level as well. Yes, exactly. 5,000 round level, of course, is a psychological level to think about, so it could hit that level and then maybe show a close and reverse and move up. If it hits the 5,000 and we see strong bullish candles at that support level, that of course could be an interesting candlestick pattern to confirm the turnaround. So daily engulfing twins or even a weekly bullish candle, all of that could confirm the bounce at 5,000. If it doesn't bounce at 5,000, then we have to look a little bit more on the left of price to see where could be historical support or resistance levels. That makes sense. Round levels, of course, like 2.5K are important. But also these tops and bottoms could play a role as well with a potential bounce. So something to be aware of as well. Maybe also weekly support pivot points as well. Let's take a look at the daily chart. There we go. So you can see this kind of slowdown in price action, strong downside, right? But look at this. Every time we get a high, it is a lower. So we're getting kind of like an descending wedge with a flat bottom, right? And you got lower highs, clearly. So that looks like a wedge pattern here, which could break to the downside. If it does break above resistance levels like the long-term moving average and this resistance trend line, of course, there could be a bullish breakout as well. Price would need to break with clear momentum, good, strong bullish price action above 7,500. Make a bull flag to indicate that price is not making a false breakout. That flag kind of indicates like, okay, there's a pause, there's a pattern, there's a consolidation after a strong bullish momentum. In that case, a bullish continuation is likely. So that kind of pattern would confirm to me, would make it more interesting for me to trade it to the upside. It is a strong breakout, strong momentum followed by a bull flag, and then a continuation breakout. That's the pattern I'm looking for upside. For the moment though, price looks like it's making a bear flag at this point, which is a bearish chart pattern. Look at that, a bear flag within this bigger wedge pattern that we talked about. Price breaking below this support trend line right there. So we got a push down, correction, a push down, correction. And every time this correction is becoming weaker, right? This correction was pretty strong. This one was weaker. This one was weaker. This one is even weaker. The angle of that trend line, the angle of price action is becoming shallower as well. So what I'm expecting is that eventually price is going to break below this bear flag. It's going to break below this support trend line as well, like this. And I would expect price to dip lower like that, break through support and make a lower low at that 5K round level, for instance. That could be the main target for now. So that's what it looks like to me. A pattern like this All right, and I expect a break and a close in reverse. But if it does break above this with a flag and a continuation, look for continuation about here, above that flag, for a follow through. First of all, above 7.5K towards the 10K round level. That would be the first target I would be thinking about for Bitcoin. In the long term, of course, price could go further. It could retest this top. Perhaps I wouldn't be surprised if this is a wave 3 and this is a wave 4 and up it goes for wave 5. That would be something very normal. Or if this is a wave 1 and this is a wave 2 and price is going up for a wave 3. All of that is possible, but we need a break first of all and a flag before we can even think about huge moves like that. First, price needs to break above 7.5 and make it to 10K. That's the first target. All right, that's my view for the moment. More free analysis you can find at elitecurrency.com. Wish you all great trading and talk to you soon. Cheers.